Welcome to another Odds HQ NHL betting preview video for Wednesday, September 2nd. It is one game and one game only on the NHL Stanley Cup Playoff schedule for this Wednesday, but it is a fascinating game. It's Game 6, Western Conference semifinal series, Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars. Colorado staved off elimination in Game 5 with a 6-3 victory. Can they stay alive and force a Game 7? We'll find that out Wednesday night. Game 6, Colorado minus 125 favorite. Total 6 in this sixth game between the Avalanche and the Stars. And the Avalanche lived up to their team name in Game 5. They delivered an avalanche of goals, you could say, in Game 5 against the Dallas Stars and sent a loud and clear message. We're not going away quietly. We're not going down in this series without a fight. A 6-3 victory for the Avalanche. One of their best games, definitely their best game of the series, one of their better games of the playoffs. I mean, they were absolutely storming the Dallas Stars zone for the entire first period. 5 unanswered goals, an early 5-0 lead in the first 20 minutes of the game. I mean, the Avalanche were all over the Stars in the first period. They outshot Dallas 23-5. Think about that. 23-5 shots on goal advantage in favor of Colorado in the first period of Game 5. And quite simply, I thought Colorado, they brought that sense of urgency, their backs against the wall, and Dallas wasn't ready to match it. And that's an understatement. I mean, Colorado was winning all the battles, all the foot races for loose pucks early in the game, which led to several of their goals. And poor Ben Bishop, who was a surprise starting goalie for Dallas in Game 5, with Anton Hudobin given a much-deserved rest, with that game being the second of a back-to-back. And Ben Bishop was treated not very nicely by the Colorado Avalanche. They basically chase him from the game after the first 4 goals. And Anton Hudobin, who thought he was getting the rest, some rest in Game 5, has to come into the game after Bishop gave up the first 4 goals. So it was definitely a rough night for Ben Bishop. I'm a little surprised Rick Bowness, the head coach of the Dallas Stars, went with him anyway. It's a guy that hasn't played in a while, no rhythm. You figure he's probably not going to be sharp, not going to be on top of his game. And boy, he wasn't. I mean, it was just real ugly for Dallas goalie Ben Bishop. Hudobin had to come back in. Colorado's offense exploded. Another good game for Nazem Kadri, Andre Burakovsky, that second line. Kadri scores a goal, 2 goals and an assist, 3-point night for Andre Burakovsky. Nate McKinnon and Mikko Rantanen each had a 2-point performance in the Game 5 win. Great game from the Colorado Avalanche. And what was the most shocking part of it, and we haven't even mentioned the most shocking part of it yet, was Michael Hutchinson getting the win in net for the Colorado Avalanche. Yeah, that's right. That Michael Hutchinson, who has been a really bad goaltender for the last couple of seasons, who's been bounced around from organization to organization. He started his NHL career in the Winnipeg Jets organization, then he got dealt to Florida, played with the Panthers, then he moved on to the Toronto Maple Leafs. He was an absolute disaster there. And now here he is with the Colorado Avalanche, and he's been forced into duty because Philip Grubauer, their number 1 goalie, is still injured, and Pavel Francouz, the guy that's taken Grubauer's place in net since he got hurt early in the series. Francouz now dealing with an undisclosed injury that precluded him from playing in Game 5, forcing head coach Jared Bednar to go with Michael Hutchinson in net for Game 6. This is tough because, first of all, we don't know if Francouz is ready to play here in Game 6. Is he going to be ready to return from that injury or not? And if he is ready to return from injury and play and is available to play, does Jared Bednar go back to him? You did win that game 6-3 with Hutchinson in net, and it's not like Francouz was playing great before he got injured. You won the game with Hutchinson in net. Now, granted, here's the problem on the flip side, the counter argument to that. You won the game with Hutchinson. He did enough to win the game. Yes, that's true. But his performance in Game 5 in net for the Avalanche is a tough one to evaluate. They won 6-3. They got out to that huge 5-0 lead after the first period. So all of a sudden, Hutchinson can relax, take a deep breath, be comfortable, not feel the pressure of, I got to win this game with my team's season on the line, with our team facing elimination. He didn't have any pressure. You have no pressure when you're given a 5-0 lead and you're staked to a 5-0 lead after the first period. So, yeah, he played all right, but he didn't have a lot of pressure on his shoulders. He had a huge lead to work with, tons of, run support, to use a baseball term. Let's see what he does in a close game, in a pressure-packed environment. What if there's a one-goal game in the third period? Is he going to make the big save for me? For a guy that struggled mightily to make key saves the last couple seasons, which explains now why he's been with 4 different teams the last few years. That remains to be seen. And when you look at the last game, he was good, but one of those Dallas goals went right through his legs. It was a really, really bad goal to give up. And just that one really bad goal alone that he gave up Hutchinson in the 6-3 win, it really has me still worried. Can I ask this guy in a close game to be able to stand in there, deliver, make big saves, make the saves you should make the saves you have to make in an elimination game where my team's got to win to stay alive? That's still up for debate and still a very big question mark in my mind. Bottom line is I'm not sold on Michael Hutchinson. If he's in net again, he's going to have to show it to me that he can do it in a close game. He had no pressure on him whatsoever. That game was over after the first period, and it was the perfect scenario for him. So we'll have to see where Colorado is with their goaltending tomorrow night. Hudobin will be back in for Dallas. For Colorado, we don't know. It could be Francouz back from injury, or they might have to go to Hutchinson again. What I do know is I don't really care at this point who the goalie is for Colorado in Game 6 on Wednesday night because, for me, it's just been wash, rinse, repeat in this series. I've cashed 5 straight overs in this series. Every game in this series has gone over the total. Neither team has been able to shut down or neutralize the opposing team, not even for a little bit in this series. It has just been 2 good power plays, 2 bad penalty kills, 2 offenses finding the back of the net, 2 defenses unable to keep the puck from going in their net. And I don't know what changes now. We've seen this now for 5 straight games. Each and every game in this series has seen at least 7 total goals scored in it. The over is a perfect 7-0 in the Dallas Stars' last 7 games. The over is 6-1 in Colorado's last 7 games. Betting over every game in this series has worked for me. And the old saying is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're going right back to that well. We're going to go over the total here for the 6th straight game in this series. I am definitely betting the over here. So going with Colorado, Dallas, over 6 minus 120 here in Game 6 of this series. Colorado, Dallas, over 6 minus 120. I'm also going to have a smaller play on Colorado here. I do like the momentum they have going into this game, coming off a big 6-3 win. I like them to win the series, and if they lose, and Dallas is going to be they better be ready, Colorado, like they were in Game 5, because Dallas will be better. Mark my words, after getting embarrassed in the first period the other night, they will be better, and they're going to be a little bit more desperate and urgent to end this series and avoid a Game 7. But I still like Colorado's momentum. I'll have a smaller bet on them, minus 125, but larger play for me on the over in this game, Colorado-Dallas, over 6 minus 120. That's my Odds HQ Wednesday NHL betting preview for Wednesday, September the 2nd. I'm Ian Cameron. Thank you for watching. Reminder to check out odds.com every day for great sports betting content, as well as the Odds HQ YouTube channel for live shows and daily videos to help you earn some profits with your sports betting endeavors. Thanks for watching. Enjoy Colorado-Dallas Game 6 on Wednesday night, and good luck. I'll be back with you tomorrow on Thursday for another Odds HQ NHL betting preview video.